Look at that. Gotta wall this up. Serious food gathering. Yeah. There you go. That's a villager kill right there. Look at these Donzos putting in work. I've got a good feeling we can survive this. Yeah, what we've got going on is great. We're getting into the rice fields here. We really want in. What a great idea. Hey everyone, good to have you back. More Age of Empires here, and it's a 3v3 on Hideout. Usually on Hideout, I like to play more aggressive civs, but I want to keep experimenting with the opposite. I really like that Culture Wing opening. Maybe we can try it out here. And we did go with the double scout opening, mostly because I want to keep a close eye on my English opponent, which is here, and I'd also like to keep an eye on the Chinese opponent, because I really want to know if we're going to get pressured by Longbowman and Zhuge Nu. That's a deadly combo. But maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. Here I am playing the opposite. Over here we've got Karyark playing as the Mongols, and over here a returning ally, Pino, playing as the Rus. Pino played as the Holy Roman Empire player in that crazy 3v3 Mongol game where it was just a big scout landmark snipe that didn't quite work out. But good to see Pino back. Looks like he plays Holy Roman Empire and Rus. And of course we're up against a Holy Roman Empire player who's spawning over here by the name of Lingua Franca, Levi. We've also got a Chinese opponent over here. I'm afraid I don't know the kanji. And over here we have an English player by the name of Mirios. I'm okay spawning near the English opponent. I know the English matchup pretty well. We're going to get our stables down and we're going to pretty much spend our food as much as we can on horsemen and villagers. That is, of course, if we see a big bundle of longbowmen. If we see instead them going for stone, maybe we'll pressure with like one camel archer just to kind of scare them off these fields. Although really the camel archers, they don't do really well because he could spit out a few longbowmen and scare them away. So really horsemen are the way to go. One or two horsemen could probably get these villagers off of these fields. All right. Looks like we have all aged up except for the Holy Roman Empire opponent, Lingua Franca Levi. Just waiting on him. Looks like Pino went with the Kremlin, a defensive structure for the Rus, which generates tickets that you can use to levy militia. Oh, I didn't realize it had a food cost. 40 food to summon 2 militia. Very interesting. And my Mongol ally going with the Silver Tree. Trade's been really strong. No surprise to see the Mongols going for this on Hideout. If you can defend it, you can really get away with a huge economy. So I think our Mongol ally is saying to themselves, well, I'm tucked away in the corner, or I'm in the safe position. I'll tuck into the corner and try to get some traders going. As long as me and Pino, the Rus ally, can kind of put up a front and defend, then Karyark's going to have a really strong economy. And it's cool that he was able to move the town center next to the Ovu. He could use it to double produce villagers, which wouldn't be a bad idea. We're seeing the longbowmen come forward. Okay, we'll produce a horseman and we'll put down an outpost. I like to always engage longbowmen in small numbers with horsemen. If it's maybe 5, 6 longbowmen, now we're getting into the point where I want to have 2 horsemen, but I like to just always engage horsemen against longbowmen. The longbowmen are so slow, and if they do this kind of shoot and scoot strategy here, it'll push them back and buy you time to get that outpost up, because outposts take a long time to build nowadays. Yep, opposing scout gets cleaned up. I'm maybe going to lose a villager, but I'll just back him away and have other villagers finish up this outpost. These longbowmen cannot be hanging out here. They're going to get sniped if I tuck these villagers in. Yep, we'll just scare them off. Love another horseman? Yep, looks like I got one queued up. We went the culture wing. We got the preservation of knowledge. We can start getting some cheap tech upgrades, which we really should do. We've got around 300 gold. I'd love to see myself grab a wheelbarrow. Yeah, we've already got the I've already got the lumber upgrade researched. And yeah, we're just engaging with a few longbowmen. We have a good scout on the Chinese opponent. It's not looking like Zhuge Nu. They went for 2 town centers. Now they're going into the Song Dynasty. Not sure if our opponent, Marios, is going to produce more longbowmen. We'll just kind of keep an eye on him while our Mongol ally Karyark gets his trade operation going. Over here, Rus Knights engaging with Holy Roman Empire horsemen. The Knights are going to win this out pretty hard. These are early Knights, not as good as French Royal Knights, but Knights in the Second Age are always scary. We're discouraging some villagers from putting up an outpost, and Marios really just does not want to make longbowmen if he can. The Barbican's going to finish. My scout's going to get hurt. I'm going to run away once I notice what's going on. Oh, wow. Okay. Pino, my Rus ally, went for the professional scouts and is now hauling back deer. Not a terrible idea. I mean, there's lots of little deer bunches. I mean, it's very micro-intensive, very annoying to have to go to all these little clusters of deer, but it is nice when you're trying to play defensively. Yeah, let's see where he drops them off. Should probably just drop them off near the town center, or you can bring it over to the hunting cabin. But yeah, I like what I'm seeing. Over on my side, I'm going to make a ram just to deal with the outpost and maybe put on some more pressure. Why not? I had some leftover wood. And then we see a little trickle of walls here. Maybe we can put on pressure while aging up. We want to get that economic wing age up. And we might just get it here in a moment. First, we're going to focus on taking out this villager. Bringing the archers forward to get a good shot off. Yep, looking good. We need more horsemen. They just soak up a lot of damage. They do well against the longbowmen. Nice. There is the economic wing age up. But it looks like some other people are thinking of aging up. Lingua Franca Levi just got enough for the age up. My Mongol ally, it's going to be a while for him because he's investing a lot into the traders. In fact, a single trader hasn't even returned yet. He hasn't even seen a return on his investment yet from the silver tree, but he should see it soon. I'm gathering stone. I know that I'm going to be going an extra town center or two in the next age once I get that Fertile Crescent upgrade. And finally, I'm seeing more tech being researched. We really should have leveraged that preservation of knowledge. I really like grabbing up all those economic upgrades early, putting in, just giving me a big economic boost, even though I have so few villagers. It's just nice. Okay, Chinese opponent making it to the Castle Age, and it looks like our Holy Roman Empire opponent, Lingua Franca, is making spearmen, so that's really going to discourage my Rus ally. And amazingly, Karyark hasn't even built a single military unit. Just completely focused on getting the silver tree up and running, even putting down outposts to provide the YAM network to these traders. It'll speed them up. You'll actually be able to see it here once this outpost finishes. You'll be able to see the traders to get a little speed boost. They're going to put those rocket boosters on. Let's see it here. And there they go. Yeah, that's pretty good. And the aura is quite large. I believe it even lingers a little bit. But yeah, that's going to really increase the efficiency of this trade line. Down here, we're trying to snipe down villagers. We make it to the Castle Age. I'm the first of my team to make it to the Castle Age. Our opponents, they made it there pretty quick. No surprise that the HRE made it quickly. The Chinese are booming. This is going to be a real issue. The Chinese opponent is going to have an absolutely incredible economy, especially if they can expand into this corner uncontested, grabbing up the gold, these berries, maybe the boar, and this stone. It's going to be rough. So we want to keep tabs on that. We're trying to prevent this wall up from our English opponent. And yep, we're finding more longbowmen. They're really hitting that critical mass where 1 or 2 horsemen really isn't going to do it. But we are finding a few villagers. Maybe we can focus them down. Nope, he's fleeing with them. They don't have the textiles upgrade yet. Yeah, we're trying to trade with these longbowmen, but it's not going well. It looks like they have their +1 attack upgrade. But that's okay. We actually got our +1 ranged armor. It's nice to have a blacksmith when you've got preservation of knowledge. Things are darn cheap with it. There's our second town center. We could easily go for a third if we just focus on gathering more lumber. And now we're seeing a lot of pressure coming from the Holy Roman Empire opponent. Maybe it's time for my Mongol ally Karyark to start making military units. Finally, we see some stables going down. Would have liked to see them up here under the influence of the Ovu. Maybe they are under the influence. I can't really tell. But he's going to need to start producing units. And against these units, honestly, I would have liked to seen veteran Mangadai instead. I think making just horsemen and lancers, maybe not the best move. Wow, look at that. How many knights he was able to queue up there. Maybe trade some of that gold for more wood and put down a few more stables. I think that'd be a nice move. Oh, okay, he's getting the blacksmith down. Oh, and wow, look at the trade line. It is really taking off. Let's take a look at income for the first time this game. Yeah, Karyark with a huge lead in food and gold. No surprise about the gold. Pino, my ally, looking good too. Me and the Holy Roman Empire opponent kind of dabbling in wood, although I'm actually gathering stone. One of the few in the game that is. Things are still pretty up in the air as to who's winning this game. What would you put your money on? A booming Chinese opponent or a Mongol Silver Tree trade ally? Hard to say. On this map, I feel like if you can secure your side of the map, trade is just incredibly strong on Hideout. It's strong in general, but Hideout, it's particularly good because of the neutral market spawning so close to the corner. I don't know. I mean, we'll have to see how it plays out. Me, I'm just going to put on more pressure. We're going to use a battering ram to hit down this wall, and look what we're finding. A half-finished white tower. Let's flood this area with units and just see what we can do. We'll have the ram start attacking the white tower. Maybe not the best idea. I could have probably gone after this outpost here. But yeah, he has to cancel. We've got a few Castle Age units in here. This Lancer is going to do really well against the Longbowmen. Remember, this English opponent is not in the Castle Age. They were just trying to age up with that white tower. We're attacking villagers. And I'm going to send my horsemen to the other side of the base to look for villagers in the fields. Villagers on the wood line. Yeah, we're just exploring the base. We want to send all these villagers running. If they're inside the town centers, then they're not working, and we might be able to get a few kills as well. This is looking really good. Yeah, we're even over here in the farmlands getting a lot of villager kills. That's looking great. And now all these horsemen can just keep running around. It's fine if he just wants to play Ring Around the Rosie with his villagers. If we don't get villager kills, so what? At least they're not working. His entire economy is frozen right now. You're going to watch Marios' income just plummet to nothing. I'm having some food and gold issues. However, we're up to 3 town centers. And yeah, we're getting a lot of farms, and we've also gotten that farming upgrade. So we're looking good. Our Rus ally, however, is really duking it out over here. He's got veteran archers trying to take on these spearmen, but he needs crossbowmen if he's going to take out these Holy Roman Empire man-at-arms. Fortunately, he is using his levy militia option from the Kremlin. And you can see he's got his 2 militia taking down this trebuchet. They just destroyed it. These militia are really nasty. 125 hit points. They did really well there. If our Mongol ally can send some lancers this way, I think we'll be able to hold. My attack down here is petering out, and it looks like the white tower is starting to get built. We'll send some units to scan the outside of the map, but now we're just kind of anxiously waiting to see if our Rus ally is going to be okay. Still haven't seen much of any units coming from the Chinese opponent, and they are really climbing ahead in income. That said, our Mongol ally just made it to the Imperial Age and trying out this newly changed Khaganate Palace. This is a crazy landmark. It automatically spawns diverse armies from across the Mongol Empire and its dominions. It'll produce Rus units, Chinese units. It looks like it's producing a Hui Hui Pao, a massive siege engine. This is like a giant trebuchet. It's awesome. I can't wait to see this thing. Finding a few Chinese villagers over here, but they've retreated into a town center. We're not really going to do anything over here, unfortunately. But it looks like my Rus ally survived, and with not too much help from Carryarch, so that's pretty impressive. I think right now, I think we're doing pretty well. You can see our incomes are much stronger than our opponents. Pino is a little hurt, but he's gained his economy back up and running. I'd love to see him get maybe another town center, that or grab up a lot of relics. Oh wow, he's just gonna go Imperial Age. This high trade house, oh my gosh, he should bring some villagers over to hunt these deer, but it's generating 350 gold a minute. That's insane. Rus is still such a good option on this map. Yeah, these hunting cabins are generating so much gold. And really, this high trade house is incredible. Oof, a tough trade here. A lot of Mongol lancers dying to heavily armored Holy Roman Empire spearmen. These spearmen have upgrades because of the Minework Palace, which this Holy Roman Empire player actually went as their first landmark. That said, we're seeing great pressure coming from my allies. I'm even going to send some villagers over to wall up because I haven't seen my Rus ally do it. He hasn't really been gathering too much wood. Yeah, we're going to wall this off if we can. So both of us are in the Imperial Age, Pino and Carryarch. I'm the only one remaining. Still just need to maybe get that trade wing. We could go military wing. And the Holy Roman Empire opponent surrenders. Mostly typing in the chat, he was frustrated that his allies weren't helping him at all. It's true, he was putting on pressure here, and then he kind of got double teamed by the Mongol opponent and my Mongol ally and my Rus ally. I don't know. I mean, these knights are about to burst through and take on all of this. It really depends on if the Chinese opponent had any kind of military production just yet, and it doesn't look like it. Really lacking in unit production here. I can kind of see what the Holy Roman Empire opponent was saying. I'm not really seeing any unit production coming from the Chinese. Unfortunate. And of course over here, I was very excited to be doing this siege. We're finally going to take out this Chinese keep. All we're really seeing are veteran longbowmen, so we can just kind of dance our units back and forth, telling them, hey, you need to bring some units over here. You need melee units here if you want to take out these rams. And yeah, I'm not seeing any spring alts coming out. It was a good game. I think my Rus ally Pino really played that well. The Kremlin was in a great position. It provided just the right amount of units to hold off this attack. And now he's already in the Imperial Age. And it's all just from one town center, high trade house, professional scouts bringing deer home. It was a very defensive play, and I loved it. And my Mongol ally, Carryarch, just doing your standard silver tree into huge masses of lancers. Carryarch just had all the time he needed this game. And I'd love to see that Hui Hui Pao. I wonder where it ended up going. All I'm seeing is a nest of bees. Oh, I wonder if it got killed off. Is this it? Oh, I really wanted to see that siege engine in action. Maybe we'll see it in another game. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Catch you for the next one.